You'll hear it pop when you get it. There you go. And then just slide your tool, finger, whatever it is, across or all along that line. It's already opened it. You want to try to do this with the keypad side down like this. Bottom side, this one here, is where you have the battery. This is a 2018 Nissan Murano, and today I want to talk about maintaining your key fob. Well, they call this an intelligent key, and it's got two functions. One, it works like your standard key fob, and two, it's got a keyless start function. So as your regular remote key fob, you can lock, unlock, and also open your trunk in this case, or your rear hatch, and you can stop it in its tracks and close it. So obviously you've seen that it can work like your regular key fob to do things from a distance, but then we also have one of our favorite features, which is you get close enough to the car, you don't even have to have it outside. You can have it in your pocket, your purse, bag, whatever it is you carry, and just like that I can lock. I think one beep is like unlocking it and two is to lock. So this unlocks, yes. Then if it does it twice, watch the light on that side mirrors. That's what I was trying to show as well. So that locks. Okay, so let's unlock it, get inside, and I'm not going to insert it into anything. I'll just have it outside and exposed, and the car should sense it. So when I shut the door, it tells me that if I want to start the car, push the brake and push the switch. So brake. See, that disappears. Watch. So I can do that. Start the switch or push the start switch. Pretty nice entry thing. And it tells me that yes, key 1 is detected, which is driver number 1. We have different memory settings, but it also tells me that the key battery is low. So the reason we've been able to do all these remote functions is because we have some power source, the battery. So I think the prudent thing will be to address it, and thankfully that warning, it's there, which is good, so that it doesn't die on you suddenly, but it doesn't stay there too long. Oh, there you go. It's already gone. I don't think it even takes 20 seconds. So I think a smart thing would be, if you like the convenience features, the fact that your key fob can allow you to do all these things without having to touch, push, click, all these different things, I think it would be great to just basically address the key fob battery. So that's what I'll do. I'll try to record a video here of me replacing the key fob battery. Okay. Alright, so hope it comes out as well as I intended to. So here's your key, and one of the first things, well, first you have to make sure you source the right battery for the car. In this case, it's going to be a CR2032. That's what the owner's manual tells you, that the 2018 Murano takes a 2032. Don't confuse that with the 2025 battery. You can use an equivalent, whichever that would be, but 2032 is what you want to go for. And I know in the past, whenever we try to use the wrong battery, so like the older vehicles that we had, the Infinity, this one right here, it takes a 2025. If you try to use something like a 2032, the key fobs would act very funky. Alright, so make sure you have the right one. Alright, 2032, and let me open this. Okay, that didn't take too much effort. I guess I cut it a little differently last time. Okay, here. So I'll take this, have this handy, all right? And tools needed, I think I can do it by hand. Well, first come to the back, right? Remove this emergency blade. Just push this forward. See this switch over here? Push it forward, and that releases this blade. Okay, take it out. So tools needed. I can do this all by hand, but I brought my handy dandy blade just in case, and I guess so far it's been rendered useless. I thought I'd use it to fight my battery casing, but obviously didn't need to. So I'll close this up just for safety, and I'll tell you what you're aiming for is you have 2 slots over here in the back, 1 and 2, and that's where you start prying. And when you pry, you're going for this midline over here. Go all the way around the key fob. So I can do it by hand. Obviously I've got long nails, but I think that's where people end up using pocket knives or pry tools. I think for it to end up looking good, I use something as soft as nails, you know, sacrificial. You don't want it to look too ugly. That's what blades do. So when you try to open, there's like 2 stages as to how far apart it comes. Right now, I want to keep pushing till, there you go. There's quite a significant gap. And you heard that pop? Let's do it again. You'll hear it pop when you get it. There you go. And then just slide your tool, finger, whatever it is, across or all along that line. It's already opened it. You want to try to do this with the keypad side down like this, because it will fall. It doesn't go too far, but just beware that it does drop. And so the bottom side, this one here, is where you have the battery. And you might need your tool for this, but I think I'm able to do this by hand if I just come to the outer end over here. Can I do it with my nail? I was going to see. I'm trying my best to avoid using the blade because I want to show you that this is something you can address like just at the Walmart parking lot or something, you know, nothing too special about it. It's not actually too tightly fitted in there. It's just that okay, believe me, it works, but just not right now. So I'm gonna use this. And there you go. Easy does it. Something's magnetic. Alright, so let me put this away again. Safety. So here's your battery. And you notice this tag over here. When we bought the car, it came with only 1 key fob, and I can't call it twisted their arm, but I made them get me another key fob. So they called the locksmith, and that's where I got the extra key fob from. That's why it's a new fob with a dead battery. And here's a known name battery over here. It does say CR2032 in 1 or 2 places, and it says 3 volts. So make sure what you're putting in at least matches what you're taking out in some respect. So CR2032 doesn't say, well, here it is, 3 volts as well. All right, loud and proud. So what we're gonna do is install it in place of the other battery, and it's supposed to be upside down. I know it doesn't make sense when you think about it or look at it, but try it this way and it just stays loose. It just doesn't seem to work just as well. See how easy I was able to pry it? So go for, see these, the terminal? So slide it from the side, from the opposite side of the terminal, and down. And so it's there. It's not really going anywhere. And just installation is a reverse of removal. Just put this over the battery pad and just push. Well, make sure it's kind of at least settled where you think it's going to work. Look at it from many angles and just push. And that's it. That's it. So now let's do this. Let's turn off the car and start it again to see if it actually acknowledges that we have a new battery. I don't think the system will tell you that, hey, you have a new battery, but I think at minimum the warning that we got in the beginning will go away. And I tried to do this video in 1 take just so that you can catch it all at once. Okay, so let's do this again. Shut the door. Start the car. Let's see what it tells you. Key number 1 detected, and it jumps straight to settings or whatever your home screen is supposed to be. So it does acknowledge that indeed the battery works, but before, you know, getting too crazy, I'm hoping I didn't have the battery out of the case for too long. What I'm gonna do is actually get outside and use the fob like normal, make sure it actually works. So let's do this. Lock, unlock, trunk. It works. Remote start, which is going to be lock, then hold remote start down. Yep, it works just like normal. So that's great. Let's do that. So we have proven, and that is all it takes to replace your key fob battery. I think we can do that in under 10 minutes. Obviously, way under 5, I'd say. It's just that part of my video was talking about the key fob. I like my videos to be detailed. Alright, so let's get in. And so why the fuss about this, you know? What's the worst thing that would happen if your key fob battery dies? Are you still going to be able to use it? Yes, you are. And I think I'll record another video as to how to, you know, basically be operational if your key fob battery dies. I think that video is going to be recorded. I can actually do it right now. So, how often should you replace your battery? In the past, for my other cars, especially those that didn't really give warnings, those ones over there, they also gave warnings, but I tried to at least make sure I had stock of these the replacement batteries at least every 2 years, and it set a reminder on my phone. So for something like this though, since the car is pretty good and it reminds you, why do it too early? I mean, maybe you don't want to be caught pants down, but what I do is, instead of just wasting batteries, just buy a few of the spare batteries, put them in the car, in the house, wherever it is you really want to, and then when you get the warning system, you could go ahead and address the system. But I think it really, it's because I can't really say it's every 6 months, every year, every 2 years. It just really depends on how often you use your battery, you know, how often you use your key fob. Do you use the remote start often? Do you use the buttons often? You know, more usage means more battery use, battery drainage basically, or battery depletion. So if all you do is just use the prox function, which is just getting close by and touching the pad, I think it's going to last a little longer. But yeah, it's really up to you. Whatever it is that makes you most comfortable.